Welcome, everybody. My name is Niall Lundgren. I'm with the Lundgren team in New York, but we also have Scotty Porter down in South Florida representing Sirhan and the Lundgren team. How you doing, Scott?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. What's going on, Niall? How's it going,
Not
man?
much, brother. We wanted to get this kicked off because we are doing some amazing things between New York City and also in Florida. And in particular, we want to start educating our buyers about the market. And we've seen some incredible gains down in Miami. We've done some incredibly big deals down there together, Scott,
Yes.
which it's just always been a pleasure working with you.
Same here.
And, I think the thing that I've been the most impressed about with you is your expertise.
Oh,
You
thank
know
you.
every building inside and out. You know the lots, you know the exposures. Is it wet? Is it dry? We're going to get into all of that in a second. But I just wanted to touch base with you and say, do we have anything like right off the bat that we should be talking about if we're talking about Coral Gables or?
Absolutely. So, outside of our clientele, I've been following this house specifically for a while, right? So I want to bring it to everyone's attention because I think it's, an amazing deal for like a multitude of reasons, right? One, you want to be neighbors with Jeff Bezos' mom and his, father-in-law, right? That's a pretty sick
Right.
idea. You also want to be one of our clients actually coined this term, what's like the Beverly Hills of Florida, right? Large lots, beautiful landscaping, private security. And truthfully, a lot of these islands, like the deals that we've done, those islands aren't privately gated. You can just, drive right on, to be completely honest with you. But having said that, there are a few spots in Miami, in the greater Miami area, that I think I want to bring to at least your attention and everyone else's attention on why they're so
Right.
amazing.
Right.
So specifically, I think that we were speaking about 9320 Gallardo, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So I was able to just put this together here. I know that you've seen it. I know with the Sirhan and the content and everything like that. I know that this will be a nice visual representation for you, right? So we're going to start here. So if you just look at the orientation of this, we're coming in from the east side, right? So we're looking
Right.
from east to west on this. And I know that that's important, right? Because of sunrise and sunset. What makes this
Right.
property unique, and we'll get into it, is, we'll come back to that exposure from there. So right over here, just before I start the video, if you'll see the outline of my cursor, so this is called Gables Estates, and this is roughly a 200-acre private community. All the lots are roughly an acre plus from there. Beautiful trophy homes, huge lots, a lot of land expansive. There's only 192 homes in this entire community. I mean, it's gated 24/7, security, patrol. There is an HOA. You have tennis courts, basketball courts, parks. So it's really a community within a community. So having said that, let's take a look over here as we zoom in. So you'll see as we come in, right? I mean, just look at the size of all these houses and these lots here. This isn't the Venetian Islands. This isn't, put together. This is expansive. It's spacious, right? It's 100 feet plus on every waterfront with deep water docking.
Wow.
Yeah. So you see we're coming in here. So if you look, so this is actually the property here. So this is 9320 Gallardo. So you get a beautiful view of the property.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty spectacular, right? So you're coming. So it has the timeless, chateau architecture that's beautiful, huge overhanging porches. So, in the Florida rain or anything in the summer, you can still enjoy your outdoor area from there. This home is just under 9,000 feet. So very manageable, I would say, for a larger estate. It's not 12, 13, 15,000 square feet. It's on a 45,000 square foot lot with 100 feet of water frontage. So in Florida, you can have, you need 5 to 10 feet of setback on either side. So 100 feet will allow you roughly 80, 85 foot boat behind it, which is incredible, right? And then since you're in this lagoon, your boat is extremely protected from the elements. God forbid there's a storm or something, you don't have to worry. You're not, out to sea or something like that from the boater in me, right? So we're going to do a little bit of a circle over here so you can get a kind of lay of the land, if you will.
Is that a tennis court?
So
is that two houses or is that one house?
This is two different houses. This is the property next door. And I'm sure, as you know, you can imagine what I've already done and gone on for, right, to try and make something special.
Are they sellers? It looks like a small, older style home. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, right, Scott?
Yeah, everyone's a seller, right? There's always a number. So actually, now, if you look back here, you see this in the distance over here. This is actually Key Biscayne, where you see my cursor. So that's actually Key Biscayne.
Oh, all the way straight at the back.
Straight at the back, exactly. So you can see that's directly Key Biscayne behind there. And if you can see, you have open water access right on your boat. So you can go wake surfing, the Bahamas, Brickell, Joya Beach, anywhere, directly, immediately. No fixed bridges, nothing. So boater's paradise. So if you come over here we go again, as we circle. So you can just see how big all these properties really are. So you come over here, and if you look over here to the north, so this is the entire Brickell skyline right over here. And then coming over here, this is Miami Beach, and this is South Beach over here. So this is the port. This is where all the ships are. So you can see you're about 8.5 miles from downtown in Brickell in the metropolitan district. So if there's any business or any restaurants, you're not too far from there. So coming around again, you'll see as we go from east to west, just get a beautiful 360 of all this landscaping. So this shot right here is what I like the most. So the sun actually sets directly right here, and you have no skyscrapers or anything like that. So, I mean, the Florida sun and the sunset when it's that pink and cotton candy. So, I mean, you have this beautiful private lagoon here. You have a beautiful sunset over the greenery. I mean, your views for days, if you will.
So I love the Google map or Google Earth view that you did. Is there any way that we could look at some of the photos of this listing as well?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good visual representation, especially for like the people in New York or clients that are out of town, just kind of showing them before they make the journey down here of what the surroundings and the angles and everything like that from the Google Maps. That's why I really enjoy using the Google Maps and putting this together for all my clients, big or small. Coming over here, let's see if this shows. Just give it a second. So this is going to be the Zillow link for the property. This property is listed. It's been reduced by $4.5 million in the last 60 days.
So how much was it listed for originally?
It's listed for 22 earlier in the summer. Now, something that's interesting here, just speaking about the Florida market in general, I know it kind of differs, not really from New York, but in Florida, as construction costs have gone way up, as well as land prices, right? It's causing the replacement cost to absolutely skyrocket. And then when you factor in time value of money and your opportunity cost, I mean, it's going to take you 3 years to build something like this if everything works out well, right? So it's like, if you're building this, how much money are you making in the, what's your opportunity cost of money? So there is really an interesting point right now where people are paying a little bit more for that turnkey property because they can get it now. They don't have to wait for 3 or 4 years. And I'm sure you're seeing that in New York as well. But as land just becomes more and more scarce here and people are buying their neighbors and becoming doubles, triples, and quadruple lots, that waterfront property is really key. So, I mean, I love this house personally. I love the style of it. It's a little bit different than the Miami box that you see down here. So I think the character is super cool. So you can see just huge estate, massively beautiful, well thought out. And you know what I like about this property too, that I've noticed, I mean, I've spent some time looking at these pictures and touring the property. It's not just like one of these regular spec houses that come up that someone, just did. Like you could just
wide open area, open everything, total glass. Like this has casement windows. There's texture in the ceilings.
Thank you. You can really see that. Like some of the other houses.
Kitchen is bananas. Go back to that kitchen. Wow. I mean, the columns in the ceiling, the 3 chandeliers, the lights coming down,
all of those little, I mean, just the AC vents, how everything is put in. It was updated. The house was updated in 2015. So, I mean, it's relatively new in a sense of the technology and everything in it. Listen, you want to go in and do your Crestron and your Lutron, go for it. But this house specifically is built to be on that level. The movie theater looks a little dated. I'll call it what it is, but it's a movie theater. The lights are off. What are you going to do? We'll come here. I mean, you can see just the double vault here. All of these pictures in it. I mean, these bathrooms, everything. It's not just, like you said, a big open space.
Great shower. Was that double rainfall or double shower heads?
Double shower heads.
Love that. I mean, beautiful. This is great. One of the things that I know one of my big clients loves here is go back to that closet. Is that an island in the closet right here?
It looks
very important. Put your hats down, put your stuff on when you're walking around in the closet area. This is very big. It's very spacious. There's windows in the closet. The outfittings are fantastic because you don't have to open the closet. There's glass, which means you could look directly in. A lot of really great features that I'm seeing here.
You can see just like the well thought out detail in the property compared to, like we said, some of the other spec mansions where it's boxed, it's 2 levels, there's 2 bedrooms, you know, and that's it, which is cool. It's great. But when you look at something like this, I mean, a fireplace in the master bedroom, primary room.
Right.
I mean, look, beautiful. All the balconies are covered. So even if it's raining, I mean, like, look at this.
Ooh.
This is sunset. This is sunset view off of the primary bedroom.
Oh my, this is incredible. So sunset view, this is where you're going to want to go. My curiosity goes similar to, like, you know, the Mashta home that we did a deal on. Is there a bar, a wet bar opportunity, you know, to be up there, to have a big table, to have drinks, you know, a smoke, you know, cigars, whatever it may be, watching the sunset. Just an idea that comes to my
More than enough room. I'm pretty sure because my buddy who happens to be working on the property, I believe the floor plan, if I'm not correct, this is around almost 1,000 square feet of outdoor space. But you got to remember, it is also off your primary, so it's a little more intimate, right, than being downstairs. You have a love seat, a lounger, like you said. I mean, this is. Whew. Look at that view, man. You know the sky when it's like that. I think there's some nighttime pictures. And now we have the outdoor area, the pool.
Right. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. How big is, so yeah, let's go to the next pool here, pill shot. Yeah, it looked a little smaller in the last one, but this really gives it a lot of really great feeling. I think what I think is unique about this, if you compare it to the Key Biscayne deal we did, this has the arches and an overhang as a canopy. When you walk out on Mashta, there's no overhang. You have to have umbrellas and all these other things to go to your pool. This allows you to be outside and not have the direct exposure to the sun. So I really like that.
Exactly. It's like you want to be outside, but you don't want to be in that sweltering sun sitting there. So boom, you go right under here with this fan under here. You enjoy it and you still have everything going on. And honestly, in the summers, I know Miami in the summer is not really like the thing. But dude, like during one of those afternoon rainstorms and you're hanging out under here, like you said, a drink, a smoke, a cigar, I mean, it'll be it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at this. Look at this entertaining, right?
I mean, I wonder if we could put a screen right in there.
No problem.
You know, I'm not saying we have to, but, you know, if mosquitoes are a little bit much, maybe a screened in area works. I don't know. Even if it's drapes where you have it up top and then you unclip them and they come down. So it's not impeding your view. It's not there every day.
Exactly. No, we just hide it. We hide them right up over there. Absolutely. I mean, I like the curved arches. You know, as I'm getting a little bit older, I enjoy the character of properties now. I wanted a modern box, but like this is beautiful. Like it's something. It's just oof. And that's why I personally like the Mashta deal that we did, because that was that Bali style. It wasn't that just modern. You know, there was character to it. There was feel. The indoor gardens in it, right? So that's sunset view. Remember, that's sunset. This is west facing on the east side of Miami, which is not a lot. So like looking at these properties, I mean, for, you know, for a few of our clients, right, just speaking to what they want, multiple bedrooms, west facing. So like I hone in on all the areas, whether it's Gables Estates, Sunset Islands, Key Biscayne, of the west facing properties. Right.
And that's one of the things that I've always loved about you is, you know, you're an expert in understanding properties, property orientations, what's on the market, why hasn't it traded, why is this one now off the market, is it on the market although it's not on the market, you know, and you do a great job of hunting those deals down. So I'm always really proud and happy to work with you because I know that you have that insight in market expertise.
Thank you. I mean, listen, man, those are the kindest words someone can say, especially in this business. You know, just again, like we said this morning, just adding value to the transaction. How do I add value? How do I do it? Right. I mean, we could talk into the nitty gritty of this. I mean, we could talk price per square foot in the neighborhood. I mean, I'll tell you that new constructions in Gables Estates are $40, $50, $60 million, right? Granted, the lots are, you know, 1 acre, 2 acres. So you're at a 50% factor to build. So, I mean, you're talking big houses, not crazy price per foot in like the 6,000, 7,000 a foot, like some of like Beckham that recently traded, but just big numbers, big size overall. And that's why I like this property, because you're entering the neighborhood at a sub 20 million for 9,000 feet, west facing, 100 feet on the water, and in a turnkey property. For me, that's a home run, to be honest with you. You know, just when looking at it from a replacement cost, how this price works out, you wouldn't really be able to replace this property if you were to start brand new, let alone the actual time it would take to get permits and approvals and develop it. But just the cost of construction to get of this caliber with the current land prices, you're going to be over the price that they're asking for it, right? And we never pay full ask. So
Right. We don't pay full ask. There's also a really interesting things in Coral Gables Estates is, Elle McPherson just sold her estate over there. She sold it for, I think it was 18.5 million. She was there from 2018 to 2024, doubled her investment. She bought it for 9. She sold it for 18.5. Look at that view. Jeez.
So do you know what's a big driving factor on that? Is the big conversation about South Florida with the influx of everyone from COVID, but it's the school systems. So just around Gables Estates, there's Ransom, Gulliver, Cushman. There's multiple schools, public and private. So that's why the huge influx of people are coming here compared to Miami Beach, which is a little bit more of a party scene. Now, having said that, you have Ken Griffin moving the Citadel headquarters here. People are coming here from New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. They want big spaces, secure neighborhoods, and good schools for their kids. So that's why the value of this area, just as like you said, Ella McPherson. And I have multiple deals that are the same. There was just an article last week in the Wall Street Journal. 2 guys moved down from New York. They paid 6. They just listed for 25 million. And it's not crazy. It's honestly not out of control compared to what else is traded on the market. And that's just because location.
Right. Let's see the rest of these photos. We're going up on 16 minutes now.
That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you.
Be mindful of the time. Thank you so much, Scotty, for dropping us into this and showing us not only the Google Earth map, but the listing, and talking about one specific listing, where it's currently priced out, what the orientation is, what the square footage is, why Coral Gables and Coral Gables Estates is a very specific place, the growth, Ken Griffin, all of the other things that we just talked about. So this is fantastic. It's one of the first live streams that we're doing together, analyzing properties between New York City and Miami. And I think we're going to also branch out to other major cities across America, including others worldwide. And we are going to be the go-to guys for all markets. We understand what we're talking about. We can't wait to keep showing you more and more about our expertise. Anything that you got to say, Scotty?
I love this series, man. I mean, this is what I eat, sleep, and think about all day. So the fact that I can share this with you, and I can't wait for you to showcase your property to me and me ask you a little bit of questions from here, because I know I'm from New York, but I do not know the market like how you know the market.
No stress, bro.
I'm from Long Island. I just want to make that clear. From Long Island, but having said that, I don't know it like you. So I'm looking forward to get into the nitty gritty when we get back on live for sure.
All right. Well, thank you, Scotty. I appreciate it. Signing off for now. We'll see you next time.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right.